It has been 30 years since the times of trials began. With the death of Reina III Silmuna, my family was cast into darkness, as the twins of my great-grandmother were unable to stop the fall of Wesdam further from grace. I for one blame the wolf, but regardless, my uncle died soon after taking power, and though my father took over immediately after, his skill at governance was non-existent. A man of excess and drink, he inherited a Wesdam wrecked with debt, lacking any real overseas colonies, and plagued with the unredeemable trait of heeding poor counsel. The Cristof Bank was built by my ancestors as a means by which to build their own wealth where they lacked large holdings, but was forever corrupted by a pact made with the pirates of Nothalaire and Eberthil, whose gold and gems as well as stolen goods were stored there. My father was surrounded by members of this bank, who convinced him to sign a charter giving the bank not only complete sovereignty over the crown of Wesdam, but the rights to colonize. As Lawrence V drank his way through our stores of wine, continued to defund our military and navy, and ignored the rise of heresy, I could do nothing, being a child at the time. The rise of the worship of Corinite has become a danger that will spell ruin for our traditions. Its faith has spread into the western lands of Wesdam, under the teachings of our ally, the Great Ording. My father did not rule for long, and died of unknown causes on my 7th birthday. Our family, having a tradition of not living long, staying forever true. I will admit, as I grew older in my young years, I cared for little more than dreaming and chasing after the young nobles of Wesdam. But as I became even older, I took more seriously my role as not only a Marquis, but as a follower of the Dame and the Regent Court. I turned to my faith and duties. At 19, I instituted the Cristof Reforms, wherein I took the colonies of the Westdamirian Isles and Nothalaire from the bank and placed them under my own control, as it should be. In addition, I forged a pact with the son of Caylen Silmuna in the Cleaved Sea, where he had landed long ago. We saw eye to eye on many things. I do plan to aid him in the subjugation of the Ruinborn in the south of Elantir, but there is much to attend to first. This is a new age for Wesdam. We have been in the darkness for far too long, and I will bring the light of the Dame. Though we may be paupers still, I see a new age before us, if only we are to take it.
Greetings, what can I do for you? Now, Lunith, I believe we were in talks of you receiving the Grand Admiralty title. In respect
We
to the
did
Empire.
receive the letter regarding the possibility of us being granted the High Admiralship of the Empire, but you did know our request in regards to that, so we would be interested in hearing if you would be willing to...
To be honest, I don't think, and I'm trying to get you this, but bringing it up with them right now, I feel like wounds are too fresh to be able to do this. To ask them right now.
I do find it very odd that you would be naming us the High Admiral without the Imperial Dockyards, though. You understand how that might be a strange thing?
And Pearl's Edge is I think with time, it could be negotiated, but I think right now, I don't know if they would be willing to accept such a proposal. However, if you'd still be willing to take charge of the Admiralship, it would come with a gift of 300 crowns to fund the Imperial Navy. And I can't make promises about the Imperial Dockyards, but in the future, if they would be willing to exchange it, then it would belong to you proper. I'll give you time to deliberate.
We will consider your offer.
You know where to find me.
Thank you very much. Economic, we'll go for maritime. So again, Wesdam is becoming a naval power. That's what we wanted to do with things. Obviously, we fought the 5th Lilac War. We tried to involve ourselves in imperial politics, and all we ever received for that was just massive defeat after massive defeat, our lands being burned and nothing else. So at this point, we are doing what we've always promised to do, which is to go west. We got to go up on our Diplotech. We're really behind here. We have a large contingent of pretender rebels over in the New World. This is our Isles colony. A royal marriage is rarely a matter of love. Rather, it is a diplomatic opportunity which is not to be wasted. It is also of great importance that the future consort is of a suitable status and is advantageous if she or he is a foreigner, so as not to disturb the balance of internal politics. However, even a marquis can be love-struck. Then all such matters seem to melt away. From his point of view, at least, a local from the Tucson province has caught Caylen's second's eye. He appears to be happier than ever, entirely and endlessly enamored. While our nobles and advisors are less than pleased, the union between Caylen II and his beloved are strong support among the commoners of the Wolf. He's fertile, which I'm gonna basically view as lusty, so we're gonna go for it. We are a naval colonizer. We have a zealous and fertile leader. That means that he is going to be basically zealous people who colonize, if we look at our own world's history, as a general rule, tend to be, shall we say, rather uncaring to people in the region that they're colonizing, assuming they're not of our religion. And if we take a look at the religion map, we will immediately see that no one has our religion, which is of course the Regent Court. Now, back in Anbennar, the Corinite religion is gaining a lot of popularity, but even up until now, they are not overwhelmingly powerful. And as such, we would be even more zealous than we already were. And as such, I think it is a natural assumption to make that we are going to be a very aggressive colonizer. Ashiniande is formerly Emperor now. Lawrence, all right, cool. We do have an heir. He's a 223. Wonderful. All right, we're going to give more concessions to the clergy because we're really religious. We'll go for a religious state.
You be speaking with Shadow Prince Vernell.
Ah, Prince Vernell. I hope everything is well. I will say,
with Vernell the Vicious.
The Vicious, a good name indeed. I would just like to say that your gold is, as always, well looked after in the Cristof Bank of Wesdam. Just so you are aware. I do want to ease your mind on that, as always.
We have to report bad news.
Bad news?
The great slaver that escaped the fall of Vertesk, who became one of our admirals, taught us how to be slaving properly. He did now.
A Verteskian.
Yeah, he was a good man.
Bastards.
Slaving man.
I am shocked that even you would hire a Verteskian. They deserve nothing. You are aware that they killed one of my ancestors, are you not? My grandfather.
Who? Do I look like a reading man?
No, but not everything needs to come from words. People do talk stories of the past, and it is a widely known one, at least in Western Cannor. Perhaps not in Nothalaire.
Well, your mother don't be feeding you wine as a pup, like my mother.
How early were you given wine to drink, if you don't mind me asking?
Earlier than I was able to control my own bladder.
That does seem rather unhealthy, but I will not judge too harshly your upbringing rituals.
I know not how old I am or when I was born. For numbers past 6 are just confusing to me. You know, I just remembered that I be successfully extorting Laurent, and I feel better. But they telling me that they be building heavies, so they don't have to pay me less in the future.
That is worrying.
They be building heavies. I'd be worried if I were ye.
Unfortunately, the economy of Wesdam, despite our bank and our colonies, is not a strong one. I'm afraid if Lauren was to ever fight us, we would only have the Empire to protect us. And there is already a religious war brewing, as I'm sure you are aware within the Empire.
Greetings, Wesdam.
Greetings. I do apologize about that, but I was entertaining an ambassador from Nothalaire. What can I do for you?
Is there anything else you would like to be pulled into the fold as the Grand Admiral?
I do have another question, and that is why that the Emperor now follows the faith of Corin.
To be honest with you, I've never been much of a religious man.
Indeed, but I am. I take my religion very seriously.
My people, I heard the cries of my people. They were suffering on the blood rains, and Corin had begun to spread out through my region, and I felt no reason not to let them worship such a god. It brought them happiness.
Regardless, you could see how it may be of an issue that the Emperor of Anbennar it follows a heretical religion.
I understand concerns about this. And
it is a major concern, and until this isn't addressed, unfortunately, we will have to reject the offer of High Admiral of the Empire, as my religion must always come first.
I understand that, and I do want to assuage your problems by saying that my Imperial Consul, my second in command, my advisor, is a devout follower of the Regent Silverforge.
It's very good to hear, but you understand how that is little consolation. You are the one who sits upon the dove throne.
I understand such, and I understand your concerns, and they will be taken into consideration.
All right, we need to fight the mix. We're gonna get a lot of these islands. They fought oh my god, 18 heavy ships. Jesus Christ. Our navy can't take them on. 18 heavy ships. Greetings.
Ah, hello.
I am an ambassador sent from the court of Wesdam. As you know, we have colonies to your south, and we have heard tell that you have a great fleet. Potentially one great enough to defeat the Gnolls. Have we heard rumors correct?
I believe so, yes. Even the Vanellis have asked for our help in defeating the Gnolls.
As of present, Wesdam is locked in a war of the Gnolls, as we had no choice to join after they attacked our colony in the Isles. As I'm sure you would not expect, our navy lacks the ability to fight them, as we have many trade ships and transports, but our primary navy is weak. However, our admirals are some of the best in the world. We would like to wish to see, if it would be possible, to secure the Marliande Navy for an alliance, potentially a royal marriage, as well as concessions of land within the ruined sea in this war. We are able to simply hold out and make a white peace with the Gnolls in this war. However, we would like, if possible, to make a big dent on their threat. I am sure we are not the only one who have had our coast raided many times over by this threat.
Indeed, you are not. We have had our coasts raided as well. The Baroness has had to build several lines of defense on our coasts just to protect ourselves from the Minks. We'll have to speak with our ally in Aelnar and gain permission to carry out such actions. Although if we have our permission granted, then we may, yes, we will get back to you as soon as we do have an answer.
We could try and maneuver around them and hit one of their other fleets, but that's so dangerous, and we can't afford to lose ships right now. Lawrence is already 5. Also, we did get the trait just, so we are now fertile, zealous, and just. So we're a really good leader, as long as you're our religion. If you're a heretic, you're probably not enjoying life in Wesdam right now, but...
Hello!
Greetings.
Yes, I've sailed across the sea back from Marliande. I have exciting news.
Good news, I hope.
Yes, we are fully capable and have been given the permission to participate in a war against Minks.
I'm very glad to hear that. Marliande would make a very firm ally of Wesdam. Are you wishing this to be simply a one-off affair where we work together to defeat the Gnolls, or are you interested in a longer-term relationship between Wesdam and Marliande? We could certainly use good allies in the New World.
Well, considering that you are rather close to our borders, perhaps a long-standing relationship would be a more fitting term limit.
We are fully in agreement. That is what we had hoped to come out of this situation. I think a good military endeavor together to build a relationship and trust in one another, followed by a longer-term alliance, is something that would benefit both of our nations. All right, it'll be like 1 more month. Your port does repair so quickly. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I told you it takes 200 days to build a heavy ship there.
Let us take out that fleet off the coast of New Gnollish so we can relieve my colony, and then we will take on the fleet itself. Make sure you attach to my own, so Admiral Albert Jacostarn is the leader. Here we go. This is a very important naval engagement. Oh, you got there first. You're gonna use your admiral. No, I'm here. Good. There we go. And they retreated. Let's follow them up. I'm moving forces to, I'm gonna siege out the islands. You will be able to bring a military force whenever you wish as well. Here we go. Wonderful. They have a very strong fleet, don't they? Wherever they retreat to, we need to push them out of port and destroy the remnants of that fleet.
Oh,
They're gonna go into. They're gonna.
Are about to be sunk. I
Alright.
lost the majority of them.
Did you really?
Yes, I lost like 4.
They have all 16 left. They're really low. If we can force them out of port, we can kill that navy. Here we go. Oh, come on! Come on! Come on!
I think at this point we might be able to just bypass their fleet.
Yeah, okay, we're not gonna beat that Gnollish fleet at this point. I'm gonna move my navy while they're repairing, and I'm gonna start sieging out the other islands they have. I think we are gonna move our home trade port to Nothalaire, and then we're going to make the Bay of Wines our primary trade hub. I think that's the best way to do things, because we have 2 natural centers of trade there, and we're gonna go after probably Market Town too in the future if we can ever fight Laurent. I mean, that's a big if, but all right, I may sue for peace right now before I get my forces slaughtered here. Our army is going to be really weak. If we get in a war, we're going to get absolutely screwed, but we have to develop our economy. We have no choice here. The Rebellion Society, a loose group of academics and reformists, have gathered to discuss all manner of topics through the lens of lore, logic and reason rather than superstition, have come to officially petition for a public space in Rubinair. Supporting their presence in Rubinair may be beneficial if we wish to keep relevant in these modern times. They have, however, been found to be vocal opponents of what they view as unjust and untrue, and may develop the unwelcome thorn against our state. The state in Wesdam has improved massively. We no longer have rebels in the wine country destroying our taxation, and we have managed to recover our economy, though our fleet is still being rebuilt, unfortunately.